Hello everyone. Welcome back to this channel. Today, I want to share a simple and warm story called Cooking Dinner with My Family. This story is written for English learners, especially beginners and level 2 listeners. Please relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the English practice. Every evening, my family spends time together in the kitchen. Cooking dinner is one of our favorite daily activities. It is not only about food. It is also about love, teamwork, and spending happy time together. Our kitchen is not very big, but it always feels warm and comfortable. The smell of fresh vegetables, rice, soup, and spices fills the air. Sometimes we laugh loudly, and sometimes we talk quietly while preparing dinner. After work and school, everyone slowly comes home. My father usually arrives first. He washes his hands and changes his clothes before helping in the kitchen. My mother is often already preparing ingredients on the table. I usually help wash vegetables or cut onions carefully. My younger sister likes arranging plates and spoons on the dining table. Even though our tasks are simple, everyone contributes something. One evening, my mother decided to cook chicken curry, vegetable soup, and fried rice. The kitchen became very busy and lively. My mother stood near the stove while cutting carrots and potatoes. She moved quickly but calmly. She always knows exactly what to do in the kitchen. My father prepared the chicken carefully. He washed it and added salt, garlic, and spices. He enjoys cooking because he says food tastes better when everyone helps together. I washed the vegetables slowly under cold water. The sound of running water mixed with the sounds of cooking and conversation. My sister brought tomatoes from the refrigerator and placed them on the table proudly. She always wants to feel helpful during cooking time. While cooking, we talked about our day. My father asked me about school. I told him about my English class and the homework I finished earlier. My sister talked excitedly about her drawing at school. She said her teacher liked her picture very much. My mother listened carefully while stirring the soup gently. She smiled warmly whenever someone spoke. Cooking together makes our conversations feel natural and relaxed. Sometimes we are too busy during the day, but dinner time allows us to reconnect as a family. As the food cooked, delicious smells filled the entire house. The fried garlic smelled wonderful. The soup became hot and flavorful. The chicken curry slowly changed color while cooking in the pot. I felt hungry just by smelling the food. My father tasted the curry carefully and said, "Maybe we need a little more salt." My mother laughed softly and added a small spoon of salt. Cooking together is not always perfect. Sometimes someone forgets an ingredient or burns something slightly. But nobody becomes angry. Instead, we laugh and continue cooking together. One time, my sister accidentally dropped a spoon on the floor. She looked embarrassed at first, but my father joked about it, and everyone laughed together. These small moments make family cooking special and memorable. While waiting for the rice to finish cooking, I helped clean the kitchen table. My mother always says cooking is easier when the kitchen stays organized and clean. My sister carefully folded napkins and placed glasses on the dining table. She wanted everything to look beautiful for dinner. Soon, the food was finally ready. The chicken curry looked rich and delicious. The vegetable soup smelled fresh and warm. Steam rose slowly from the fried rice. My mother placed the dishes carefully on the table while my father called everyone to sit down. Before eating, we always spend a quiet moment together. My father usually says a few thankful words for the food and for our family. Then everyone begins eating happily. The first bite always feels comforting after a long day. The chicken curry was spicy but delicious. The soup tasted fresh and healthy. The fried rice was warm and flavorful. While eating, we continued talking and laughing together. Sometimes my father tells funny stories from work. Sometimes my mother shares stories from her childhood. I enjoy listening to these stories because they make dinner time feel warm and peaceful. My sister often talks the most during dinner. She becomes excited very easily and always has many things to say. Sometimes we laugh so much during dinner that we almost forget to eat. Family dinners are not only about food, they are about connection and happiness. In today's busy world, many families rarely eat together. Everyone becomes busy with work, school, phones, or social media. But eating together helps families stay close emotionally. Cooking together also teaches many important values. For example, it teaches teamwork. Everyone learns how to help and cooperate with others. It also teaches responsibility. Even small tasks are important during cooking. Cooking together also teaches patience. Some meals take time to prepare properly. Another important lesson is gratitude. When people help cook food, they better understand the effort behind every meal. This creates appreciation and respect for food and family members. My mother often says that homemade food contains more than ingredients. It also contains care and love. I think she is right. Food cooked together feels different from fast food or restaurant meals. It feels warmer and more personal because everyone contributes something. Sometimes during dinner preparation, my mother teaches me simple cooking skills. She explains how to cut vegetables safely or how to balance flavors in soup and curry. My father also teaches useful kitchen tips. He says cooking is an important life skill for everyone, not only for parents. I enjoy learning these things because they make me feel more independent and helpful. Another thing I enjoy is the peaceful atmosphere after dinner. After everyone finishes eating, we clean the kitchen together. Nobody leaves all the work for one person. My father washes dishes while I dry them carefully. My sister cleans the table, and my mother stores leftover food inside containers. The kitchen slowly becomes quiet again. After cleaning, we sometimes sit together in the living room and drink tea or watch television. These quiet moments after dinner feel very relaxing and comforting. Family cooking memories often stay in people's hearts for many years. Even simple meals can become beautiful memories because of the people sharing them together. Sometimes when people grow older, they remember these ordinary family dinners more than expensive events or gifts. The sound of laughter, the smell of food, and the feeling of togetherness become precious memories. Cooking dinner together also helps reduce stress. After a long and tiring day, spending time with family can make people feel calmer and happier. Talking during cooking and eating creates emotional support and connection. Another beautiful thing about family cooking is tradition. Many families have special recipes passed down through generations. For example, certain soups, curries, or desserts may remind people of grandparents or childhood memories. Food becomes connected to family history and culture. Sometimes my mother tells stories about meals her own mother used to cook when she was young. These stories make our family dinners feel even more meaningful. Cooking together also creates opportunities to learn communication skills. Family members listen to each other, share stories, solve small problems, and support one another during simple daily activities. These moments strengthen relationships naturally. Even on difficult days, family dinners can create comfort and emotional warmth. Sometimes people may feel tired, stressed, or worried, but eating together often helps everyone feel better. The simple act of sharing food and conversation creates emotional connection and peace. As the evening continues, our house slowly becomes quieter and calmer. The kitchen lights feel warm, and the air still carries the smell of dinner. My family members relax after finishing their tasks, but the feeling of togetherness remains strong inside the house. And every evening, these small moments continue becoming part of our family story. After dinner, our family usually stays together for a little longer before going to our rooms. These moments are often quiet and peaceful, but they feel very important to me. Sometimes my father prepares tea while my mother relaxes on the sofa for a few minutes. My sister often sits on the floor drawing pictures or playing quietly with her toys. I usually help finish small kitchen tasks or sit nearby and listen to family conversations. Even simple conversations can feel meaningful when everyone is relaxed and comfortable together. One evening, while drinking tea after dinner, my father began talking about his childhood. He explained how his family used to cook together many years ago in a small village. At that time, life was simpler. There were no smartphones or computers. Families spent more time talking face to face. He described how his mother cooked meals over a fire while family members helped prepare vegetables and rice. Everyone worked together naturally because family cooperation was part of daily life. I listened carefully because I enjoy hearing stories about the past. My father smiled while remembering those memories. He said family dinners were one of the happiest parts of his childhood. My mother also shared stories from her younger days. She explained how her sisters helped cook dinner every evening after school. Sometimes they made mistakes while cooking, but their mother remained patient and kind. These stories made me realize something important. Cooking dinner together is not only about food preparation. It is also about tradition, memories, learning, and emotional connection. As families cook and eat together over many years, they create shared experiences that stay in their hearts forever. Another thing I noticed during family dinners is how everyone changes emotionally. Even if someone feels tired or stressed before dinner, the atmosphere slowly becomes calmer and happier while cooking and eating together. For example, sometimes my father comes home after a difficult day at work. He may look tired at first, but after talking, laughing, and sharing dinner with the family, his mood slowly improves. The same happens to me after stressful school days. Family time helps reduce worries and creates comfort. I think food has a special emotional power when it is shared with loved ones. Another interesting part of cooking together is learning patience. Some dishes take a long time to prepare properly. For example, soup needs time to develop flavor. Rice must cook slowly and carefully. Curry tastes better when spices blend together gradually. These cooking processes teach patience naturally. In today's fast world, many people want everything immediately. But cooking reminds us that good things often take time. Another important lesson from family cooking is responsibility. Every family member has a small role during dinner preparation. Even simple tasks matter. If someone forgets to prepare ingredients or clean dishes, the work becomes harder for others. This teaches teamwork and cooperation naturally. My sister is still young, but she already understands that helping the family is important. Sometimes she carefully places spoons and glasses on the table while trying very hard not to make mistakes. When we thank her for helping, she smiles proudly. These small moments help children build confidence and responsibility. Another beautiful thing about family cooking is learning family recipes. Many recipes are passed down through generations. My mother knows certain recipes from her mother, and sometimes she teaches them to me slowly. For example, she taught me how to make vegetable soup with fresh herbs and garlic. At first, I made many mistakes. Sometimes the soup was too salty, and sometimes the vegetables were overcooked. But my mother encouraged me patiently. She explained that learning to cook takes practice, just like learning any other skill. Cooking together also improves communication skills. While preparing meals, people naturally ask questions, explain tasks, and share opinions. For example, "Can you pass the onions? Should we add more salt? Please wash these vegetables." These simple interactions strengthen communication and cooperation. Another interesting thing is how food can reflect culture and identity. Different families and cultures have special meals connected to traditions and celebrations. Certain foods may remind people of holidays, childhood memories, or important family events. For example, some meals are prepared during birthdays, festivals, or family gatherings. Food becomes connected to emotion and identity. Sometimes my grandmother visits our house and cooks traditional dishes with my mother. The kitchen becomes even more lively during those times. My grandmother moves slowly now because she is older, but she still enjoys teaching cooking techniques and family recipes. She often says that cooking is one way families show love and care to each other. I think she is right. Another important lesson from family dinners is gratitude. Many people around the world struggle to find enough food every day. Family dinners remind us to appreciate what we have. Before eating, my father often encourages us to feel thankful for the meal and for the people who prepared it. This simple habit creates appreciation and respect. Another thing I enjoy is helping prepare special dinners during holidays or birthdays. On special occasions, the kitchen becomes even busier and more exciting. Family members prepare extra dishes, desserts, and decorations together. Sometimes relatives visit, and the house becomes full of conversation and laughter. Everyone works together while music plays softly in the background. The atmosphere feels joyful and energetic. Cooking together during celebrations creates some of the happiest family memories. Another interesting part of family dinners is learning balance in life. Even though work, school, and responsibilities are important, family time is also necessary. Family dinners create moments to slow down and reconnect emotionally. Without these moments, life can start feeling too busy and stressful. Sometimes after dinner, my family watches movies together or takes short evening walks nearby. Other times, we simply sit and talk quietly before sleeping. These peaceful moments feel simple, but they are very valuable. Another lesson I learned from family cooking is kindness. Cooking for others requires care and attention. When someone prepares food for the family, they think about what others enjoy eating and how to make everyone comfortable and happy. This teaches emotional care and generosity. Another thing I notice is that homemade meals often feel healthier and more comforting than fast food. My mother uses fresh vegetables, spices, and ingredients carefully. She says homemade food is healthier because it contains attention, balance, and care. I think meals cooked at home also create stronger emotional comfort because they are connected to family memories. Another important part of family dinners is learning how to solve small problems calmly. Sometimes ingredients are missing, food cooks too quickly, or small mistakes happen in the kitchen. But instead of becoming angry, family members work together to solve the problem. This teaches patience and emotional control. For example, one evening we accidentally burned part of the rice slightly. At first, everyone looked disappointed, but then my father joked about becoming professional chefs next time. Everyone laughed, and the situation became funny instead of stressful. These small moments teach resilience and positivity. As the night becomes later, our home slowly grows quieter. The kitchen lights remain warm, and the smell of dinner still lingers softly in the air. My family members begin preparing for sleep, but the peaceful feeling from dinner time remains inside the house. And every evening, these simple moments continue becoming beautiful memories that connect our family more deeply over time. On weekends, cooking dinner with my family becomes even more special because we have more free time together. Unlike busy weekdays, weekends feel slower and more relaxed. Everyone moves calmly around the house, and the kitchen becomes the center of family activity. One Saturday evening, my mother suggested making homemade noodles for dinner. Everyone became excited because homemade noodles take more time and teamwork than regular meals. My father immediately began preparing the dough on the kitchen table. He mixed flour, eggs, water, and salt carefully while my mother prepared vegetables and soup ingredients nearby. I watched the dough slowly become smooth and soft under my father's hands. He explained that making noodles requires patience because the dough must be mixed and stretched carefully. My younger sister stood beside him curiously, asking many questions. "Why does the dough feel sticky?" she asked. My father smiled and explained patiently while continuing his work. Cooking together often becomes a learning experience for everyone. As we prepared dinner, music played softly from a small speaker near the window. The atmosphere felt peaceful and warm. Outside, the evening sky slowly became darker, while the kitchen lights created a comfortable golden glow inside the house. Moments like these feel simple, but they become some of the happiest memories in family life. While my father prepared the noodles, my mother taught me how to cut vegetables properly for the soup. She showed me how to slice carrots thinly and safely, At first, my pieces looked uneven, but she encouraged me kindly and explained that cooking skills improve through practice. I noticed that cooking with family teaches more than recipes. It also teaches patience, communication, and confidence. Another thing I enjoy about family dinners is hearing different opinions and stories during conversations. While cooking, people naturally share ideas and experiences. For example, my father sometimes talks about current events or interesting things he learned at work. My mother shares advice about life, health, and responsibility. My sister talks about school, games, and funny moments with her friends. And I enjoy listening to everyone while adding my own thoughts too. These conversations help family members understand each other more deeply. Another important thing about cooking together is cooperation. Each person handles different tasks, but all the tasks connect together like teamwork. For example, one person washes vegetables, another prepares the meat, someone sets the table, another cleans dishes afterward. Even though tasks are small individually, together they create something meaningful. This reminds me that families become stronger when people help each other. Another beautiful part of cooking is the sounds inside the kitchen. The sound of chopping vegetables, the soft boiling sound from soup cooking on the stove, the sound of oil frying garlic and onions, the quiet conversations and laughter between family members. All these sounds create a comforting atmosphere that feels alive and peaceful. Sometimes when I hear these sounds, I feel relaxed even before eating dinner. Another thing I learned from family cooking is the importance of timing. Cooking requires attention and balance. Some ingredients must be added earlier, while others are added later. If someone becomes distracted, food may burn or lose flavor. This teaches focus and responsibility naturally. One evening, I forgot to lower the heat under a pan because I became distracted while talking. The vegetables cooked too quickly, and some became slightly burned. At first, I felt embarrassed, but my mother smiled gently and said mistakes are normal while learning. That moment taught me not to fear mistakes too much. Cooking, like life, often improves through practice and experience. Another special part of family dinners is trying new recipes together. Then we attempt to cook something new together. Sometimes the results are excellent, and sometimes they are funny disasters. But even failed recipes create happy memories because everyone laughs and learns together. One time, we tried baking a cake together for the first time. The cake looked beautiful in the oven at first, but later it became too flat and slightly burned. Instead of feeling disappointed, everyone laughed and still ate the cake together happily. My father joked that it was modern art cake. These moments make family life enjoyable and warm. Another important lesson from cooking together is adaptability. Sometimes ingredients are unavailable, and the family must change the recipe slightly. My mother often says good cooks learn how to adjust and solve problems calmly. This lesson is useful not only in cooking but also in life. Life rarely goes exactly as planned, so flexibility becomes important. Another thing I noticed during family dinners is how technology disappears for a while. Phones, computers, and television become less important when everyone gathers in the kitchen and dining room. People focus more on real conversations and real connection. In modern life, many families spend time in the same house but not truly together emotionally. Everyone may look at separate screens instead of talking. But family dinners create opportunities for genuine communication. I think this is one reason why dinner time feels so meaningful. Another wonderful part of family cooking is learning generosity. My mother often prepares extra food for neighbors, relatives, or guests. She says food should be shared whenever possible. Sometimes we deliver meals to older relatives or neighbors who live alone. These small acts of kindness create stronger community relationships and emotional warmth. Cooking becomes a way to care for others beyond the immediate family. Another thing I appreciate is how cooking teaches appreciation for effort. Preparing meals takes time, energy, planning, and care. When people cook regularly, they better understand the hard work behind food preparation. This creates gratitude and respect for family members who cook daily. Sometimes after eating dinner, I thank my parents for preparing the meal because I understand how much work goes into it. My mother always smiles when she hears appreciation. Another interesting part of cooking together is observing personality differences. For example, my father enjoys experimenting with spices and trying new ideas. My mother prefers balance and careful preparation. My sister enjoys decorating plates beautifully and helping with simple tasks. And I enjoy observing and learning from everyone. Each person contributes something unique to the kitchen atmosphere. Another peaceful moment happens late at night after everything becomes quiet again. Sometimes I walk into the kitchen to drink water before sleeping. The kitchen looks calm after the busy evening. Clean dishes dry quietly beside the sink. The dining table stands empty after family conversations and laughter. The warm feeling from dinner still seems to remain inside the room somehow. These moments make me realize how important ordinary family experiences really are. Many people search for happiness in expensive things or exciting events, but sometimes happiness exists inside simple daily moments. A warm meal, a shared conversation, laughter in the kitchen, helping family members together after a long day. These ordinary experiences slowly become precious memories over time. Another important thing I learned from family dinners is emotional support. During difficult times, families often become closer through shared meals and conversations. When someone feels sad, stressed, or worried, dinner time creates opportunities to talk and feel supported. Sometimes people may not openly discuss problems immediately, but simply sitting together peacefully can already provide comfort. Food and conversation create emotional safety and connection naturally. Another beautiful thing about cooking together is tradition continuing across generations. Recipes, cooking techniques, and family habits slowly pass from parents to children over many years. These traditions help families preserve memories and cultural identity. Someday, I may cook similar meals for my own family and remember these evenings with my parents and sister. The simple routines of today may become meaningful memories far into the future. And every evening, as dinner preparation begins again, our kitchen once more fills with conversation, warmth, movement, delicious smells, and the comforting feeling of family togetherness. As the evening continues, the kitchen slowly becomes quieter, but the warm feeling inside the house remains strong. My family members move more slowly now because most of the work is already finished. The busy sounds of cooking are replaced by softer conversations and peaceful silence. Sometimes my mother prepares small desserts after dinner, especially on weekends. One evening, she decided to make sweet banana pancakes for everyone. My sister became very excited because pancakes are her favorite dessert. She immediately brought flour, sugar, milk, and bananas onto the kitchen table while smiling happily. My father laughed and said, "It looks like someone is very hungry again." Everyone laughed together. Moments like these make ordinary evenings feel special and joyful. While my mother mixed the pancake batter carefully, I sliced bananas beside her. The sweet smell of bananas and butter slowly filled the kitchen. My sister watched the pancakes cooking in the pan with excitement. She always becomes impatient when dessert is involved. As the pancakes turned golden brown, my father prepared hot tea for the family. The warm tea and sweet pancakes created a relaxing atmosphere after dinner. We sat together around the table again, even though we had already finished the main meal earlier. Sometimes family togetherness matters more than the food itself. Simple desserts and warm drinks become opportunities for more conversation and laughter. Another thing I enjoy during family dinners is learning about everyone's personalities more deeply over time. Cooking together reveals habits, emotions, and ways of thinking naturally. For example, my father enjoys trying new ideas and experimenting with recipes. He sometimes adds extra spices just to see what happens. My mother prefers balance and careful preparation. She follows recipes more closely and pays attention to small details. My sister enjoys excitement and creativity. She likes decorating food and making everything colorful and beautiful, and I enjoy observing, learning, and helping wherever I can. Each family member brings different energy into the kitchen, and together it creates a unique atmosphere. Another important lesson from cooking together is learning how to stay calm under pressure. Sometimes many things happen at the same time in the kitchen. One person may need help cutting vegetables while soup boils on the stove and rice cooks nearby. During busy moments, everyone must communicate clearly and stay organized. At first, this can feel stressful, especially during special occasions when preparing large meals. But over time, family members learn how to cooperate calmly. This teaches emotional control and teamwork naturally. One holiday evening, our relatives visited for dinner, and the kitchen became extremely busy. There were many dishes to prepare, and everyone moved quickly around the kitchen. At one point, my sister accidentally spilled juice near the table while guests were arriving. She looked nervous and almost started crying. But my mother calmly cleaned the floor and told her not to worry because accidents happen sometimes. That moment reminded me how kindness and patience are very important inside families. Another thing I love about family dinners is hearing laughter echo through the house. Sometimes the funniest conversations happen during cooking or eating. My father often tells jokes while preparing food. Even simple mistakes become funny memories later. One evening, my father accidentally added too much chili powder to the soup. When everyone tasted it, the soup became far too spicy. My sister immediately drank water quickly while everyone laughed loudly around the table. Even though the soup was not perfect, the memory became unforgettable because of the laughter we shared together. These small imperfections often create the happiest memories. Another beautiful part of family cooking is learning generosity and sharing. Whenever guests visit our home, my parents always make sure they feel comfortable and welcomed. My mother prepares extra food carefully, and my father encourages everyone to eat more. Hospitality becomes part of the atmosphere during dinner. Sharing food creates emotional connection and kindness between people. Sometimes neighbors also share homemade dishes with our family during holidays or celebrations. This creates a sense of community and friendship beyond our own house. Another important lesson from family dinners is respect. Everyone listens while others speak. People wait patiently for food and help clean afterward. These small behaviors teach responsibility and consideration for others. Family dinners become opportunities to practice kindness, patience, and cooperation naturally every day. Another thing I appreciate is how cooking together reduces loneliness. Even after stressful or difficult days, family time creates comfort and emotional warmth. Sometimes a person may feel tired, disappointed, or worried during the day, but spending time together in the kitchen slowly improves the mood. Simple conversations can reduce emotional stress more than people realize. One evening, I felt discouraged after having a difficult exam at school. I was quiet during dinner preparation because I kept thinking about my mistakes. My mother noticed my expression and gently asked if something was wrong. At first, I did not want to talk about it, but later I slowly explained my worries while helping prepare vegetables. My father listened carefully and encouraged me not to lose confidence because everyone faces difficult moments sometimes. By the end of dinner, I already felt calmer and less stressed. That experience helped me understand how important family support truly is. Another beautiful thing about cooking together is creating traditions. Some meals become connected to certain days, seasons, or celebrations. For example, during rainy evenings, my family often cooks warm soup and fried snacks together. During holidays, we prepare special traditional dishes. These repeated family traditions create emotional stability and belonging. Years later, certain smells or foods may remind people of childhood memories and family moments. Food has a powerful connection to memory and emotion. Another important part of family dinners is learning appreciation for simple things. In modern society, People often focus too much on expensive entertainment or material success. But family dinners remind us that happiness can exist inside ordinary moments. A warm kitchen, freshly cooked food, shared laughter, peaceful conversation after a long day. These experiences may seem small, but they create deep emotional value over time. Another interesting thing I notice is how cooking helps people express care without words. Sometimes family members may feel tired and not speak much, but preparing food for others still shows love and attention. For example, my mother often remembers everyone's favorite dishes and prepares them during special days. My father sometimes cuts fruit for everyone after dinner quietly without being asked. These small actions communicate love naturally. Another thing I learned from family cooking is independence. As I slowly learn cooking skills from my parents, I become more confident handling responsibilities myself. At first, I only washed vegetables or set the table. But over time, I learned how to cook rice, prepare soup, and even make simple meals independently. Learning these skills makes me feel more capable and mature. My parents often say cooking is not only about food. It is also about learning responsibility and self-care. Another meaningful moment happens after everyone goes to sleep. Sometimes I walk quietly into the kitchen late at night. The house becomes silent, and the kitchen looks peaceful after the busy evening. The clean table, empty cups, and soft kitchen light remind me of the conversations and laughter from earlier. These quiet moments make me appreciate my family even more deeply. I realize that these ordinary evenings will someday become memories from the past. And because of that, I try to enjoy them fully while they are happening now. Another thing I appreciate is how family dinners help strengthen emotional bonds naturally over time. Families do not become close only through big events or expensive trips. Often, closeness grows slowly through small daily experiences repeated again and again. Cooking dinner together every evening creates trust, comfort, communication, and emotional connection little by little. And even though life continues changing as people grow older, these family memories remain valuable forever. Every evening, as dinner preparation begins once again, our kitchen fills with movement, conversation, delicious smells, warm light, and the comforting feeling that home is not only a place, but also the people who share life together inside it. As time passes, I continue realizing how important family dinners truly are in my life. At first, they may seem like simple daily routines, but over the years, these moments slowly become some of the most valuable memories a person can have. Every evening, when the kitchen lights turn on and dinner preparation begins, our home feels alive again. The sound of footsteps in the kitchen, the smell of fresh ingredients, the quiet conversations, and the laughter all create a feeling of comfort that is difficult to describe. No matter how stressful the day may have been, dinner time always brings everyone together again. One evening during the rainy season, the weather outside was cold and quiet. Rain tapped softly against the windows while the wind moved through the trees outside our house. Inside the kitchen, however, everything felt warm and peaceful. My mother decided to cook hot noodle soup with vegetables and chicken because cold evenings always make warm soup taste even better. Steam slowly rose from the pot while delicious smells filled the air. My father sliced green onions carefully while my sister prepared bowls and spoons on the table. I helped wash vegetables and stir the soup gently while listening to the sound of rain outside. Moments like this feel very calm and comforting. Sometimes happiness exists inside very ordinary evenings. While waiting for the soup to finish cooking, we sat together near the kitchen and talked quietly. My father asked everyone about their plans for the future. My sister said she wanted to become an artist because she loves drawing colorful pictures. My mother smiled proudly while listening to her. Then my father asked me what I wanted to improve in my life. I explained that I wanted to continue improving my English skills and become more confident speaking with people. My parents encouraged me warmly and reminded me that progress comes slowly through patience and practice. Family conversations during dinner often become opportunities for encouragement and emotional support. Another thing I appreciate is how family dinners create emotional safety. At school or work, people sometimes feel pressure, competition, or stress. But home should feel different. Home should feel like a place where people can relax, share honestly, and feel accepted. Family dinners help create that emotional comfort naturally. Sometimes people may disagree or experience difficult days, but sitting together calmly often helps reduce tension and improve understanding. Another important lesson I learned from cooking with my family is respect for effort. Preparing meals every day requires time, planning, energy, and patience. Before I started helping regularly in the kitchen, I did not fully understand how much work goes into cooking and cleaning. Now I appreciate my parents' effort much more deeply. Cooking together teaches responsibility because everyone contributes something. Even simple tasks matter. For example, washing vegetables carefully, cleaning dishes properly, or setting the table correctly all help the family. Small responsibilities teach discipline and teamwork naturally. Another thing I love about family dinners is hearing old stories from my parents and grandparents. Sometimes while cooking, my grandmother talks about life many years ago when she was young. She explains how families cooked together without modern kitchen equipment or technology. People spent more time preparing food slowly and carefully. Neighbors often shared meals and helped each other during celebrations and difficult times. Listening to these stories makes me realize how family traditions continue through generations. Recipes, habits, values, and memories slowly pass from parents to children over many years. Food becomes connected to family identity and culture. Another beautiful thing about family dinners is learning patience with each other. Not everyone moves at the same speed or works perfectly every time. Sometimes someone forgets something or makes mistakes during cooking. But family members learn how to stay calm, communicate kindly, and solve problems together. These experiences teach emotional maturity naturally. One evening, my sister accidentally dropped an entire bowl of chopped vegetables onto the floor. She looked shocked and almost started crying because she thought everyone would become angry. But instead, my father smiled gently and helped clean the vegetables together with her. He explained that mistakes are part of learning and that staying calm is more important than becoming angry. That moment taught me an important lesson about kindness and patience inside families. Another thing I notice is how dinner conversations change over time as people grow older. When I was younger, conversations were mostly about school, games, and simple daily activities. But now, discussions sometimes include future goals, responsibilities, relationships, and life advice. Family dinners become opportunities to learn wisdom from older family members naturally. My parents often share advice about work, communication, health, and personal growth during these conversations. These lessons feel more meaningful because they happen during peaceful family moments instead of formal lectures. Another important thing about family dinners is balance. Modern life is often very busy. People spend many hours working, studying, traveling, or using technology. Without balance, life can start feeling stressful and emotionally empty. Family dinners create moments to slow down and reconnect with what truly matters. They remind people to pause, listen, laugh, and enjoy time together. Another thing I appreciate is how cooking together improves practical life skills. Learning how to prepare meals, organize tasks, clean properly, and cooperate with others are useful abilities for adult life. Cooking also teaches problem solving. Sometimes ingredients are missing, food cooks too fast, or recipes do not work perfectly. Families learn how to adapt calmly and continue working together. These small kitchen experiences often reflect larger life lessons. Another special memory happened during my birthday dinner last year. My family secretly prepared many of my favorite foods without telling me. When I came home, the dining table was beautifully decorated, and everyone surprised me happily. My mother cooked my favorite curry, my father prepared grilled chicken, and my sister made a handmade birthday card. That evening felt very emotional because I realized how much love and effort my family puts into making each other happy. Family dinners become expressions of care, not just routines. Another important lesson I learned from family meals is gratitude. Sometimes people focus too much on what they do not have instead of appreciating what they already possess. But sitting together around a dinner table reminds people to feel thankful for food, health, shelter, and family support. Even simple meals become meaningful when shared with loved ones. Another beautiful thing about dinner time is the feeling of belonging. No matter how difficult the outside world may become, family dinners create a sense of emotional security and connection. People feel less alone when they know someone is waiting to eat and talk together at home. This emotional connection becomes especially important during difficult times. One evening, after a stressful week for everyone, our family decided to cook together more slowly than usual. We played soft music, prepared food carefully, and talked peacefully without rushing. That dinner felt especially calming because everyone needed emotional rest. Sometimes family dinners heal stress more effectively than people realize. Another thing I love is the quiet feeling after everyone finishes eating. The dining table becomes quieter, dishes are cleaned slowly, and the house begins preparing for nighttime rest. Sometimes my father drinks tea quietly while my mother organizes the kitchen. My sister becomes sleepy and rests on the sofa while watching television softly. These peaceful moments feel warm and safe. As I continue growing older, I realize these family dinners will not last forever exactly the same way. Life changes over time. People grow older, children become adults, and routines slowly change. That is why these moments feel even more precious now. The conversations, laughter, cooking smells, and shared meals become memories that stay inside the heart for many years. One day, I may look back and remember these evenings as some of the happiest moments of my life. And perhaps someday, I will cook dinner with my own family and continue these traditions again. In conclusion, cooking dinner with my family is much more than preparing food. It is about love, teamwork, patience, communication, kindness, learning, and emotional connection. The kitchen becomes a place where family members support each other, share stories, solve problems, and create beautiful memories together. Even ordinary evenings become meaningful because of the people sharing them. Family dinners teach important life lessons that remain valuable for many years. They remind us to appreciate simple moments, care for others, and stay connected despite busy lives. Thank you so much for listening and practicing English with this story today. I hope this peaceful family story helped improve your listening skills and brought you a warm feeling while listening. Keep practicing English every day, one step at a time. And never forget the value of small moments shared with the people you love. See you in the next video.